guys, happy Friday. I have been like totally overwhelmed by everybody's and overjoyed by the writing I've read this week. And I know that your writing is just as phenomenal as your peers. Um, Today is the final draft day. So you're going to turn in your final draft today. But before you do, you're going to quickly fill out this little personal narrative essay checklist. This checklist is there just to remind you and to double check to make sure that you have done everything you can to be successful in your 300-word narrative. Okay, so reminder, guys, that your narrative is just that wonderful story to me about an object that you really love, that you treasure. It could even be, if you're having a hard time still, to add a couple things in there. It could be somebody. Some kiddos here at school have also written about, some kiddos are writing about skateboarding and soccer and their horses and even their brothers and their sisters. So if you want to kind of change up your personal narrative just a little bit, that's okay with me, because the most important thing to me is that I get to read about you and that you are expressing yourself through writing. So that's what I'm really looking for. Okay, so here is your checklist. My story is at least 300 words long. Now, reminder, why do I sing to you guys? I don't know. Okay, it's not going to let me do it. Hold on, because I'm not in a document. Reminder that when you we'll pretend. You can highlight, then when you're in a document, go to tools, go down to word count again, and it'll tell you the word count. I've gone over this with you guys all week long, but I wanted to make sure. If your essay is like 290 words, then you're good. So don't think that you have to add 10 extra words to come up with a word count. I want you guys to really focus on telling that story using vivid language. Really pulling in the reader, making me feel great about what you're reading. I really want to know about your reading. So let's say that your example is something like a bracelet that you got from your grandparent. First, tell me about that grandparent. Pull me in. Let me know why they are amazing. Then you can talk to me about how you got that bracelet and all of those good things. And then I'll understand why that is your treasured object. Okay, so I kind of need to know why that person, place, animal, photograph, whatever is important. But I also need to know, like, who is that person and why are they amazing, or that horse, why is that horse amazing, and all of those things. So make sure you kind of filter through. So it also says my story is written in first person point of view, me, myself, I. My story gives background on how the object came into my life. Was it a birthday? Was it passed down to you? There's so many different things, and when I know that, it's going to give me more insight into your object and why it's important. My story describes the object in detail. My story explains why the object is important to you or represents you. Okay? So just make sure that you are trying to use that vivid detail so you can get a really good rough draft out, and then go through and say, okay, am I using the correct pronouns? Double check my grammar. Is there a part where when I'm reading, I'm not putting that comma in? So when I'm reading, you are going to have natural pause. So if you have something in your essay, I challenge you to read it out loud and listen to yourself and say, oh, should I put a comma there or a period? Now, if I have multiple topics going on, I'm talking about the object or that person, right? But if I have my paragraph is like this big, guys, and it's one gigantic paragraph, you may want to look and see if there's natural breaks in the paragraph. So let's say, for example, I talk about how much I love my grandmother and all the things she did and the wonderful mother she was to my aunts and uncles and my father. I can then go down and talk about the meeting we had and how I got her wedding ring and describe in detail the wedding ring, and that I keep it, in a really special, wonderful place, and those types of things. So you'll understand how important that object is. Okay. So you guys, I'm really excited to read all of these. Please email me. If you want to email me Friday and say, hey, can you look at this one last time? Please do. I would love to read what you have. Okay. You'll have a wonderful Friday. 7 weeks of school left. You guys got this. I'm so proud of you, and have a good one.